All right. Whatever process you're in and getting your stuff filled out, we'll have to kind of finish that after. Just to, for the sake of everyone's time, we're going to go ahead and get the questions answered and all the info out there, and then those of you who are done can go, and then those of you who have business can finish that up. So I'm going to start going through all the info. What we'll try to do, I'm going to be going through the packet, not every page, not every detail, just kind of hitting the basic information. If you have a question, maybe just hold that till the end of the page, and I'll ask if you guys have questions, and so we'll get through that really quickly. Welcome, by the way. This is the big event of our year, our ministry year, and we've been doing this. This will be our 5th beach camp, and so we're excited. Love you, Gavin. It's kind of a us thing that just happened there. So anyway, we're going to start on page 3 of the packet. We're going to hit page 3, page 4, page 5, and that's about it. And so we'll hit your important times, we'll hit your what to bring list, quick rules and things like that, and then how you can communicate with your kid while we're there and all that kind of stuff. And if you have any questions, like I said, we'll kind of hold them till the end and we'll be set. You should be able to get everything done tonight so that there's no nightmare the day of, other than just worrying about your suitcase and all that kind of stuff. So page 3, let's dig in real quick. By the way, if I haven't met you, my name's Mark, and I'd love to meet you at some point tonight or throughout the process. I know it's kind of chaotic, but we'll get everyone processed and everything good to go. Okay, real quick, let's do the what to bring list on page 3. You can read as well as I can, but if there's any questions about anything, just kind of note that. Bible and pen, free time beach attire, we'll talk about, swimsuits and all that. Casual clothing. So we will be doing things like going to services. There will be a lot of time for you girls to go shopping with a leader if that's something you want to do. So across the board, bring what you want to wear, but just know that, and we'll talk about what not to wear in a second, but we will be doing services, we will be swimming, we will be just in the hotel hanging around and all that kind of stuff. So I know, some of you guys like to dress up for the services and then dress down for the day. Just know that. Personal hygiene items, please and thank you. The only money that you need, as far as spending money goes, because let me just cover the money thing real quick. Because the $400 that you paid goes towards everything except for like the meals down there on the way down and then on the way back. And then there's one meal that we've been doing for the last few years where we'll go out to a nice seafood restaurant. We'll cover the tip. We know that teenagers aren't great tippers anyway, so we'll cover that. No offense, you guys just stink at it. But you guys cover your meal. We'll go out to a place where you can, if you really want to, you can get like a $20 meal. If you want to buy a $10 burger, you can do that. So $15, average or so for that meal. And then everything else is just if you want to buy it. So a T-shirt, a CD with the band, that plays at camp, books. There's all kinds of resources. And we do recommend, if you want them to buy resources, please send them with that money for that. They may just, buy ice cream cones the whole time. But there's Bibles, there's devotions, there's all that kind of stuff at the store there. So that will be something that's an option that you should bring money for. But we will cover all of their meals while we're there, except that one where we go out to eat. They're allowed to bring snacks and all that kind of stuff. But, when we're there, that $400 is already paid for all that stuff. So CDs, DVDs, and all that kind of stuff. Snacks for the bus ride and the hotel, that's cool. Bring a watch. Let me hit the cell phone rule real quick. Our cell phone rule that we've adopted is that you can have it, you can bring it. Let me just put it that way. And you can use it on the whole bus ride, iPods, all that kind of stuff. You can bring it on the bus ride and the whole time. Just, listen to appropriate music. Let me just put it this way. When we get there, we take those up. And we'll give those cell phones back out after the service at night. It'll be late, so just be ready for it. It's like 11:30 at night when they'll get their cell phones back. Just because that's the way the service will run until about 10 o'clock, and then we roll it right into like a church group time where we kind of debrief on the day. When that's done, and guys, let me just throw it, that's the best time at camp, so I'm not going to rush those. If you get a call at midnight, you're welcome. That's the way it's going to go. But those church group times are the highlight of beach camp, and ask any student, and that's what they're going to say. So they will get their cell phones for about 15 minutes a day. If they get caught with them, and it happens every year, if they get caught with them when they're not supposed to have them, I will take that back up, and we will keep that, and they won't have it for the rest of the time there, including the bus ride home. That bus ride home without your phone or your iPod stinks, okay? So just don't break the rule, because I'll take it up. Ask the students who have had that happen before. Bring a beach towel. You don't need a bath towel, okay? So that's important to note. Bath towel and bedding are provided. So beach towel, though, bring that. Sunscreen, please. Sunglasses, flip-flops, water bottles, whatever you want to do on that. Don't bring bedding and bath towels. Okay, so here's the kind of the dress code stuff. Don't bring a spaghetti strap, tank tops, halter tops, tube tops, tight clothing, short shorts, short skirts. Please just use... and by the way, that's part of the reason that you adults are here, because I could tell the students this, but I want you adults to be able to know what the rules are, because sometimes we have to have these awkward conversations about, hey, you chose unwisely, and so now you get to wear my clothes. And that's not fun. That's not fun for anybody. So that will happen. I will ask your teenage girl to, or your teenage boy for that matter. And so that's that. So no two pieces. If you have a two-piece and you're like, I'm broke and I'm not buying another bathing suit, we just ask you wear a dark tank top over top of that. Okay, so that goes for tankinis. If it doesn't cover the stomach, tank top. We want coverage, please, just as much as possible. Not asking you to go back to the 20s or anything, but just use discretion. The one piece, I say this every year, the one pieces that do this thing right here, that's not a one piece. That's a lie, and that doesn't count. So don't bring Speedos, tobacco, drugs, alcohol, weapons, fireworks, all that stuff. And listen, the prank stuff, let me just address it again this year. We got in trouble a couple years ago with the police, so no pranks, no pranks. It's a youth trip, I understand. We want to have fun. We want to be responsible. We want to stay there and not pay a bunch of fines. So don't bring the prank stuff, please. That means if you bring shaving cream, if you're a 7th grader and you bring shaving cream, I'm taking it away. Let's put it that way. Don't wear clothing with questionable sayings, slogans, no beer shirts, please, no Joe Camel. I don't even know if those exist, but don't wear them. The cuss words, the just questionable, suggestive stuff, don't wear it. And don't bring skateboards or roller skates, rollerblades, just because you can't skate anywhere. So there's that. A note about the cell phones and stuff is on the back to remind you as you go home, and if you forget the rule, there's that. Quick turn to page 4. Any questions about what to bring, what not to bring, before I move on? It's pretty much everything. Okay, cool. Okay, so real quick, and I know these may seem repetitive, but let me answer your questions. 7th to 12th graders are attending this. July 24th to 28th are the dates. Those are on this form. Those are on the website, so please feel free to use those resources. We're staying at the Boardwalk Beach Resort, and they'll sleep about 6 people each. What we'll want to do at the end of tonight is give each student a chance to tell us who they want a room with. And so that is the benefit of coming to this meeting. Those who decided to bail and are outside the will of God don't get to choose. So there's that. I'm not angry at all. Will our students be staying with students from other groups? No, it's just our group. Our leaders, our group, we don't intermingle, that kind of stuff. Just because that's the way they set us up, and we like it that way. Free time. Just know this, at all points while we're gone, like we ship off the parking lot, we come back, there will be no point where your kid is without an adult, okay? There will be opportunities to shop on the strip. There will be opportunities to maybe stay in the hotel room. There will be opportunities to go to the pool instead of the beach. we just put it this way. And our adults, we love on them. And we're so thankful that they're coming. It is work for them. I know it's the beach, but it is work. And so we station our adults everywhere so that they can be where the kids are. So if there's no adults in the room, they don't go back and take a nap. Okay? There's no guys and girls rooms. There's no girls and guys room, that kind of stuff. But your kid has lots of freedom within the constraint of where adults are, okay? So, and we'll have to set all that up. There's no, hey, it's free time. I want to go shopping. I'm out. There's none of that. All that is planned maybe the night before or the morning of, and there's usually groups that work that out, and that's fine. But if that's a question, there's no time that your kid will be without an adult. The camp meal plan. This is something that's a little bit different this year. We've always been to camps where we've had to cook. This year we have the benefit of not cooking meals. Now, two sides of this. It's super easy, and we love that our adults get to just focus on the students. But the last time we did this, it was the worst food ever. So bring snacks. Bring snacks. I mean, it was the worst food I've ever tasted in my entire life. But it was the best camp we've been to, I think, in my mind. So anyway, there's that. But just know that we're not fixing the meals. If there are dietary guidelines, things you're allergic to, please let us know that on your consent form. Specifically, maybe your Indian Springs one, if you haven't turned that in. But we do need to know that. And so if there are allergies and that is all they're serving, we will figure something out there. We'll get them some lunch. And there shouldn't be any problems there, but just please let us know so there's not like a last-minute freak-out moment. Or there's where the kid forgot they were allergic to it and still ate it, and that happens too. So just let us know. We hit the dress code for the beach. It's pretty much the same thing for non-beach times. No one should wear anything with suggestive language. No butt billboards, no spaghetti straps, tank tops. The shorts, just the fingertip rule would be awesome. When you're standing up, if they're past your fingertips, you're good. No low-cut tops, just stuff like that. If you think it might not work, just don't bring it. It's camp. Go easy. Go easy. It's camp. It's church camp. So we talked about the money thing. I'm on page 5 now. What to bring, we're good. We talked about when you can talk to your kid. Down to number 13, because your kid isn't going to have their cell phones and stuff on them throughout the trip. My phone, and Shalene, where is Shalene? Is she in here? She might not be in here. She and I will be kind of fielding all your phone calls. So if there's kind of an emergency situation, if there's something you need to get, like information you need to get to your student, then call us, text us, and we'll get that information out very quickly. So that is that. Okay, this is important. Number 14. We have to leave the church at 3:30 a.m. on the 23rd. So, on the 24th, excuse me. Okay, so, you're going to thank me in just a second. I'm going to open this building up at 11 o'clock on Tuesday night. Okay, so we're leaving at 3:30 a.m. on the 24th, which is a Wednesday. On that Tuesday night, at 11 o'clock, I'll open this building, we'll put a movie on, and we'll hang out so that you don't have to wake up or stay up till 2 a.m. The open hours, okay, if you come here at 10:45, the doors are still going to be locked. I will unlock them at 11 o'clock, and you need to be here by 2 a.m., okay? So we're going to leave at 3:30. The buses are going to be rolling in, at 3 a.m., I guess, and we'll pack them, and we'll do all that kind of stuff. But if you are the type that's just like, I don't want to be up that early, I'll pray for my kid at 10 p.m. and drop him off at 11, that provision is for you. It's very important that you know this. We're not going to do the come and go stuff. So when you get here, if you get here at 11 and then you want to go to Taco Bell at midnight, you can't. Your parents, if they love you dearly, can go get you something at Taco Bell and bring it to you. But we don't. So, and listen, and that's just, I'm not trying to be like hardcore. I just want to keep up with everybody. It's a lot of people. We got to keep things kind of herded and organized. And so If you don't want to show up till 2 a.m. because you're like, whatever, fine. But don't come after 2, okay? We're going to get everyone signed in. We're going to get our paperwork packed up and ready to go. We're going to have all our stuff done. When you show up, your suitcases will go outside. The stuff that's going to go under the bus will stay outside in a designated kind of coned-in area. And then your carry-ons need to come in here with you. And if you forget them when you get on you're responsible for that, okay? So if you're bringing your backpack and your Snuggie and your cell phone and all, your cell phone charger, don't forget your cell phone charger, okay? You're responsible for it. I'm not your mom, your dad. So that is that. We're going to put on a movie in here, and we're just going to relax. And so we will leave here about 3:30 in the morning. And listen, the reason we need to do that is because we need to get there at a certain time to register and get set up. It was going to be massively more expensive for us to leave at like 11 o'clock at night, and so this is how we're doing it. So anyway, any questions on that? I know that's kind of crazy. We're good? And if you do have questions you think of, like this week sometime, that is my cell phone number on number 13. Okay, so updates while we're there. You're not going to be talking to your phone or talking to your kid a whole lot while we're there. If you want the updates, I will be posting them frequently. Who's on Facebook? Adults, not kids. Don't raise your hand. Facebook. Okay. Twitter. Very much. Instagram. Wow, you guys need to get hooked up. All right. Vine is over. Okay, Vine's done. Instagram just killed Vine. So I don't do Vine. I think it's stupid. I will update on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. They'll all be integrated. If there's no picture to send, I'm just going to tweet it, and it'll be on my Twitter and my Facebook. If there's a picture or video, it'll be on Instagram, and I'll just go ahead. It'll be on all that stuff, but that will be the update. Those are the links. If you need help getting on those things, then I can help you with that later. Any questions about that? Awesome. Feel free to unfollow me until that point because I tweet a lot of dumb stuff, so I wouldn't. I do not. I got flagged on Instagram for that. Another time. Okay. I took a picture of my son who's 3 years old in just boots, and his naked butt was hanging out, and it was cute. And Instagram sent me an email and said, we're going to... Didn't even go there. Okay, so page 6 is just a quick recap. 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. You're allowed to show up. You're allowed in the building. You can come at 6 p.m. and grill out in the parking lot if you want. But those are the time the doors are open. So please just help us out that way. We should be arriving around 3 p.m. in Panama City. As I understand it, Panama City's on Central Time as well, so all those times are the same. And then we will be leaving between 9:30 and 10 on that Sunday, the 28th, which means we'll get home around 9 to 10 o'clock that night. Again, those updates on Twitter and Facebook will be rolling through on estimated times getting back so that we're getting you as accurate as possible. Just be chill with us on that as well. Page 7, there's just a schedule on what's going to happen. This year, we've never been to a Panama City Big Stuff camp, and so the schedule is just a little bit different. We will do beach worship. That's Friday only, if you notice there on the schedule. And then Saturday only, we're doing dinner on our own. So other than that, the schedule's pretty much the same there. Quick note about money. Some of you are still not paid up, and we would love to get that squared. And so we understand financial difficulties. Just keep us updated on that. There's just, a few of you out there, and that's awesome. We want to get partnered up. So please just let us know kind of as that stuff is coming in. Just so you know, I've had this kind of ugly conversation with a couple people, and I hate it, but we've already paid all this money to go. And so there's no backing out. There's no refunds. There's been probably about 7 or 8 people that paid their deposit and lost it, and we've been trying to figure out spots for those people to fill. We filled a couple. But just to let you know, just because there's this idea that, like, you know, that we're sticklers about the money thing, our church has blessed the students by paying money into this account so that it's cheaper. I'll just put it this way. We're going to be $30,000 in the hole after this thing is over because our budget has absorbed that. So we made it as cheap as possible. I know $400 is a lot, especially for those 2 and 3 kids. I don't know how you do it, and some of you fundraised and some of you didn't. But you know, proud of you guys who fundraised. But just to let you know, that is the case on the financial end. So I would love to give refunds if we could, but we are flat just in the red on this thing so that we can keep it cheap. So anyway, just a word about that, so that is all clear. Any questions on anything? Because that's, I think, all I have to say. And I want to make sure that we're all set. Everything that needs to be turned in that we really want tonight is, there's 2 consent forms. And if you're just out of the loop and you didn't know that they're over there, the info packet is over there. We have 2 notaries over there. The forms need to be notarized. And so all that stuff, what we want you to do is just to turn it in over there. There's 2 consent form piles and an insurance card pile. For those of you that still have to make copies of your insurance card, we have a printer all the way at the other end of the building, and we would ask you guys to go make those copies and then maybe paper clip them together. If there's no more questions, we are done here officially.